I shouldn't have been it. No, it's fine.
Cody! Ella, you should be
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like everyone's too busy looking at the fucking line.
Brand new.
Alright, Ella, if you want something to do, come play this. Come play Saturday. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're going to go and get warmed up now and just put on your mask. Just put on the mask.
No, I reckon save it for oh, no, yeah. Because now it's like dinner time. It's 7:15. No, I'm not. Honestly. Yes. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Let me wait. They post it?
Yeah. Oh, extension.
I mean, like, not as far as watching, like, still. Well, I'm 6. Or I'm 8. Is that going to do,
I think they'll be a nice
yay.
one of the month. Alright, wingers, can you go wide, please?
Get that before going.
No switch up. Oh, yeah, like on and off. Nah, it just stays on. I'm happy to leave the lights on all day.
Here, they're probably justifiably so.
Thanks for that quality.
It's a new estate. Yeah. Like it's a very new estate.
Would you reckon you could film for us? This video? Give me 1 sec, sorry. I'll just slip this up.
We'll be with you in a minute.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
The other quick forward.
Yeah. Trying to get the full details.
Yeah. Try and find the right quick forward. I think you got it.
All right. Football Victoria country.
Yep.
It's on. Max Satoglu here and Michael Thompson. We're out here at. I'll start that again. Sorry.
Take your time.
Leave it on. That's fine. Max Satoglu here and Michael Thompson. We're here for the Nike FC Cup Round 5 knockout match between Craigieburn City and Alamein. We're out here at Ashton Fields. Should be a cracking game. It's a State League 1 Northwest opponent up against an NPLW outfit. So we're in for a cracker. Make sure you jump on Football Victoria YouTube channel to watch the game. Tomo, excited?
Absolutely. Potentially a cup set on the cards here tonight at Craigieburn. Who would have thought that maybe Craigieburn City could knock out Alamein, who they're flying at the moment. Craigieburn also flying in their Division 2. Now we see a cup set. We'll see shortly.
Ladies, get water in
See
the
you,
yard,
Richard.
yeah?
Well done. Thank you.
Oh, my jacket.
You guys keep warming. Emma, you got to keep
Anna did an ankle bug. Apparently. She did it. Oh, did she do it or did she just hurt it? Oh, I don't know if she's not like Can we check? Dog, is that out? That's alright. Yeah, that's okay. How was yours in the end? Aaron 40. Okay. It'll be like an hour 15 to go home. Yeah. So it'll be better. Woo! That's nice.
What you got there in the end?
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Yeah. Actually, James not 17, does it? Is that right, Tom? 17. Yeah. Now you're ready for the free football with that on. Yeah.
Oh, New Zealand, yeah. They would have known that.
Absolutely. It's concerning for Kiwis. To be fair, the main character of this World Cup is Tim Curry. I love that.
So fun. It's like 100.
I'm no cricket expert because I don't play cricket. I don't watch enough cricket to know the. It is disappointing though. It's not good for the league. Now we lose a Melbourne team. I put it down to almost similar to the WNBL with what going through this. Sorting and top solid to Geelong and Geelong better. Big back here. That's it. Melbourne can also it puts down the precedent like the use of other.
Hello from Ashton Fields in Craigieburn. It's Knockout Cup football time, and an intriguing encounter awaits between State League 1 side Craigieburn City and NPLW side Alamein. While many will be backing the top flight visitors to get the job done this evening, Craigieburn will be no easy feat. Paul Thomas' side are yet to lose a game this season across all competitions, and with the match on their home deck, anything could happen. My name is Max Itoglu, your co-commentator this evening, alongside Michael Thompson. Tomo, how are you?
Going well, Maxie. Good to be with you on a brisk and cold Wednesday night here at Craigieburn. Good little drive down, me being from the east and you sort of being from the southeast, and we spoke about this off air, but wasn't a bad drive, but wouldn't ask for anything better than a bit of cup football on a Wednesday night, and what's going to be a splendid game. As we mentioned in the pre-show video, could we be on a bit of a card upset here and potentially have Craigieburn knock out Alamein, who are doing well this season? They're mid-table in 6th position at the moment. 8-1-6 of their record. They did beat Bundua United 3-0 back on the 13th of May to get to this point. And likewise, Craigieburn City, they defeated Faulkner 4-2 to get to this point, and they got the job done on the 7th of May. Of course, Craigieburn City in the WSL 1 Northwest State League, they are 4-2-0 in season 2026.
Correct. Well, that's spot on, and it certainly will be an intriguing encounter. We'll just get to the starting lineups as both teams get into their huddle, just their final chats here before play gets underway. I must say the pitch is in good condition, but we'll get onto the teams, and starting off with Craigieburn City. Number 1 in goals, Monique Campbell. Number 10, Valentina Diaz. Number 11, Caitlin Richards. Number 12, Tamani Sato. Number 15, Diana Fresneda. Number 16, Annabelle Hosking. Number 17, Jezebel Strangis. Number 19, Linda Sawa. Number 22, Jessica Russo. Number 23, Amelia Surrender. And number 37, the last player for Alamein, is Minami Tamita. And just quickly for Alamein, as play is about to get underway, number 3, Chinatsu Shindara. Number 4, Anna Leokopoulos. Number 12, Jordan Toms Wedge. Number 18, Matilda Laurie. Number 19, Priya Archidekon. Number 21, Tatara Kwamishi. Number 22, Erin Stamatopoulos. Number 25, Harriet Laurie. Number 31, Amelia Fode. And in goals for Alamein is Kate Bean, the number 74. And our referee today is Angelique Manjon. As we see the home side here wearing the black and blue, just settling for the time being. Obviously, these two teams are in different divisions, and that'll be a factor tonight.
Well, indeed. Of course, Craigieburn City, as I mentioned, in 3rd position right now, and playing some really good football in their division. Alamein, only the 1 draw, 6 losses, but they've got the 8 wins for the season. And of course, with the extended teams now in the NPLW, we've gone from a 12-team competition to a 14-team competition with a couple of additional teams in season 2026, which is really good to see. So it really pales in comparison about how far women's football has come in not only this state but also this country, of course, on the back of the Matilda's success a couple of years ago too, and coming so close in the World Cup, and they also came very close in the Asia Cup not too long ago either.
Just keeping an eye on the play there. That's a sensational ball from Alamein. It came out of defence, and unfortunately Laurie just couldn't get onto it. Anyway, a throw in for Alamein here. It's quickly taken, and they are just getting themselves into this game. It is a bit of a drive out here to Craigieburn, and I'm sure the first 10 minutes will be important. It was Leokopoulos playing that ball earlier. How good was that long ball that she just nailed there? Fresh off a, what would you say, 1 hour car drive up?
Yeah, Leokopoulos, a great ball into Lowry in the end on that left-hand side. But again, blocked nicely there by Craigieburn City, who are really zoning up defensively at the moment to start things off too. So they know exactly how strong this Alamein contingent is, and I think the weather might play a little bit of a factor in this one too, Hatsy. It is very cold. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit too. We're expecting a bit of rain, probably close to 10 o'clock tonight too. Okay. So maybe the wind will definitely have a bit of an effect on this one. It's blowing to the right-hand side too, so it favours the home side so far in this first half. And hopefully for them they could try and get an opportunity to maybe score a couple of goals, and knowing that Alamein can go, well, you know what, if it's going to be really favouring the right-hand side of the pitch here at Aston Fields, then that's sort of our key goal too. But yeah, it's coming from the right-hand side at the moment, the winds.
Yeah, sort of pushing towards the bench. So we'll keep an eye on how that affects the game. Here's Leakopoulos. She scored in their last cup game. So Alamein wearing red here, and that one just out of the far side and goes out. So a throw in here for City. It's worked up the line and unable to just have that final polish there. Here's Stamatopoulos, but they get it back here. So it's a bit of a turnover game at the moment. Ball getting whipped between the sides with possession. Working this one in the middle of the pitch. And it goes all the way back.
Of course, we want to mention as well, Miranda Templeman, I should say, for Alamein. She's 23 today too, the Western Australian goalkeeper. Unfortunately, not staying on the pitch, but good way to bring in your birthday, and hopefully even better, Maxi, for them. They can get a victory on her 23rd birthday today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Maybe a penalty shootout, and later on she might come into play.
Bit of a hero.
Yeah. Well, they get the ball here. Looked in towards the middle. I believe that might be Ralph out there, the number 20. There may have been a late change for Alamein. We'll just keep an eye on that. This one's worked down the middle. Good touch, good control there from Priya. Here she is again. Bit of tough opposition, and then she loses the ball. So Craigieburn City now. So far, they look like they're really up for the battle here, Craigieburn. They haven't allowed much in attack, and they've been pretty good as well with the ball so far.
They have indeed. They've really held their own against Alamein. A couple of threatening opportunities through the midfield, but it's more of a midfield battle at the moment between these sides, I'd say, at the moment, Hatsy.
Yeah, it is, and I don't think we've seen a shot yet. But certainly looking forward to this one. That's a long ball played down towards the box. Here's a shot, and that's going to be the first goal of the game. It's an absolute cracker there. And there we have it, 1-0. Alamein take the early lead. How about that, Tomo?
Great through ball there. Started from Leakopoulos down back. Found a lot of space on the wing. And Alamein, with a bit more run, a bit more gusto on their speed, were able to get that first goal of the game and lead this one 1-0. What can Craigieburn do to try and remedy that with their equaliser? But a great start for Alamein. Still 6 or 7 minutes into this contest, and the away side strike first blood, and that's something that Craigieburn City would have looked at early in the week about how to try and stop that run and carry that Alamein do possess in their game plan.
Well, I believe it might have been the number 20 who is Miller Ralph. Now, when we were preparing tonight, she wasn't in the squad at all, but she may have just been elevated to starting because perhaps an injury in the warm-up. So it's Miller Ralph who gets on the scoreboard. Came through the club and joined as an under-12. So she's been at Alamein for a very long time. So the junior star for Alamein gets on the scoreboard early, and it was a very classy finish. So this is the exact start they would have wanted here, Alamein. And another ball over the top. This is kind of how they conceded their first goal. It's out in the middle. Here is Priya working it out to the far side. No one to get to that. Tried to pass that one off to Kwashimi, and it's not to be.
And Craigieburn just need to calm their nerves a little bit too. It's a big game for them tonight, and particularly you're taking on an MPLW team that's slowly been building over the last couple of years. I've been very, very blessed to be calling a lot of Alamein games over the last 2 to 3 years. I've watched this team mature over the last couple of years, and they're looking like they want to strike in 2026 too, but they've become a bit more of a malign and a bit more professional outfit, in particular this season under John Kyrgios Alamein, and that's something that Craigieburn have to take into consideration in this game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, perhaps this is their opportunity now. It's played into the box first time. It was a nice delivery there from Richards, but just no one in the 6-yard box there to try and tap it home. Here come Alamein now. It's worked up towards the wing. Kwashimi passes it off. It's a nice pass to Ralph, the goal scorer. Here's Kwashimi, a little toe poke forward. And that's cleared away. Still going here, Craigieburn. And it goes out for a throw-in. So we look at Craigieburn. They won 4-2 on the weekend. That was on. They won 4-0 in fact against the bottom place Sydenham Park. So they've been in some pretty good form in the league, and 4 wins, 2 draws. So a team that hasn't lost this season, they definitely won't want to lose this one as well.
No, and it'd be a shame if this is the first blemish for them this season too, because they've been so good in their conference.
Well, Ralph with the control in the box, but Kwashimi now is onto it. Ball's a little bit of a scramble at the moment. That's a long-range attempt, and just missing to the left of goal, and it will be a goal kick.
Not a bad attempt there from Jordan Tom's wedge in the end for Alamein. Just maybe a little bit too cute with the shot off there from Tom's wedge, but decided to give Alamein their second shot of this game tonight.
Tom's wedge. She's the project manager at Bunnings. So that's her 9 to 5 gig, and here she is stepping up for her side. She also played a bit of Collingwood VFLW as well. Jordan Tom's wedge, the number 12 for Alamein. Couple of fun facts there. So a bit of defensive work here. Here's Leakopoulos. Decides to go up the line. Slowly working this one out, and that's a superb little piece of play, and they're pretty much open here, Alamein. It goes in the middle of all their players, and it's offside, so they will get an opportunity here to take a free kick and work it forward.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kwasimi was just offside there, but didn't mind what Matilda and Harry were able to do together. The Lowry sisters, they were able to sort of really sort of go through and pass to each other there. Of course, Harry playing down back and Matilda playing through the midfield this afternoon, I should say tonight, for Alamein. As we're seeing now, Craigieburn City was ball inside, chance for them to go into their front thirds. It's with Sado. She gets the ball back, good pass there. So Craigieburn City just going to try and conserve a bit of energy to Mida. Back to Sado. Passing through here now for Fresneda. That through ball's not too bad there for the home side. It's got a couple of Alamein players to contend with defensively, trying to go inside the box. Headed away nicely there by, would be Leakopoulos, and Alamein are away here through Archdeacon. And they're going to pass back now here for Leakopoulos, who's looking for Matilda Laurie on the run here. Here comes Matilda Laurie on this left-hand side here now for Alamein. Looking for options, and was cleared away there in the end by Manami Tamita. Back now with Harriet Lowry. Lowry's going to get ball back. They're just calming things down a bit, Alamein, but a bit spooked away, and Craigieburn City look like they're going to try and clear their lines a little bit too, but as they're trying to do that, Harriet Lowry, again, putting a little bit of pressure on the front third there for Craigieburn City. It's ushered out, I believe it's going to be throw in, so it's just gone over the sideline just before hit the corner flag. So Craigieburn City will keep possession there defensively as Alamein continue to threaten in their front third, and Manami Tamita's just had enough of that, and she's going to lob that ball into their front third, but finds the feet of Leakopoulos for Alamein.
Well, they've had a chance to just take their breath here, Alamein, because they have been working for the last 5 or so minutes, pressing forward. They work it out of their defence. Turn over there, and here come Craigieburn. Let's work up the line. They're fighting for it. Does very well there on the far side, just in front of the benches. Good little crowd in turning out today as well to watch this one. This one may just go out. It stays in. And ball back in possession for the visitors here, Alamein.
Laurie got dispossessed nicely there and it's going to stay with Alamein. Again, it looked a bit threatening through Caitlin Richards up forward so far for Craigieburn City. She's been very consistent. And Tamita did really well there again to only see Craigieburn City get the throw in. Unfortunately for Alamein, only made maybe potentially 10 or 15 yards from that last throw in. Craigieburn City just looking for options. It's not too bad there from Craigieburn. Through Valentina. Nami. Now with Annabelle Hosking. A bit too much power in that pass there from Soretta to Sato.
That wind's picked up a little bit as well, hasn't it?
It has indeed. It has indeed. And a throw in there for Alamein, Maxi.
Struggling to keep myself still at the moment. This wind is blowing a little bit here at Ashton Fields. Ball remains in play. Here's a little opportunity. One touch. Ralph flicks it in. It's 2-0. Matilda Laurie working up the field and tapping that one home. And Ralph, after scoring in the opening few minutes, setting up a beautiful assist there. And the visitors lead 2-0.
They do indeed. Unfortunately for Craigieburn City, Monique Campbell, it's a bit of miscommunication between her and her defenders. Came out of her box. And Alamein were able to strike while the arm was hot, and that was the easiest of easy tap-ins there for Matilda Lowry. She's now doubled Alamein's lead against Craigieburn.
Indeed, so it's a bit of a challenge ahead now for Craigieburn. But this might be the scoreline that helps them really just put that handbrake down and go for it. As they try to do that there. Here's Campbell, the goalkeeper. Hasn't had too much work to do. That one is a little bit of a dangerous pass. They're just hanging on here, Alamein. Good pressure being applied, and you can see that press from Craigieburn. They've got nothing to lose, really. Passed inboard, worked up the line, and it'll go back to Campbell.
When you're playing an NPLW team and you're from the state leagues, you're almost playing with house money a little bit too, because you learn so much from playing a professional outfit quite like Alamein. So it's a good learning curve, good learning experience for the girls out there on the park for Craigieburn City tonight, Maxi.
Yeah, it is. And they will pick up a lot of little things and learn from the experience without a doubt. So we did see... I was watching a bit of Doherty Cup action last night and we saw a bit of an upset result. Well, this one gets through. It's Kwashimi on the far side in towards the penalty spot, but doing the nice work there. In goals is Campbell. So it's actually been in goals at the other end for... Well, sorry, that was been for Alamein, and the goalkeeper for Craigieburn is Monique Campbell. And we see Alamein with the ball again pressing forward. It's played up the line towards Ralph. That one booted forward, and Campbell with the long kick. Kwashimi on the ball now. Kwashimi works it back. No whistle blown. Play continues. Ball tapped. And this is a nice little build-up. But it's turned over at the last second there. It's Caitlin Richards just turning the ball over. She did score on Sunday in their league game, so she's one to keep an eye on, the number 11 for Craigieburn City.
Of course, both sides will be playing this weekend too in the normal fixtures. I know Alamein, they've got Melbourne City this weekend at home, so they'll be heading back home Saturday afternoon for that clash.
Oh yeah, it's a big game for them, that one. They'll be hoping to get the win in that. She's worked to the far side. Nice work there from Richards. And it goes out here, so it'll be a throw-in going the way of the home side. Chilly conditions, but we did see the barbecue on earlier, which is nice to see. Plenty of support being shown here, which is great. Nice little crowd in for a cold Wednesday night. This ball just goes out and it'll be a throw-in.
Definitely feeling the cold tonight, Maxie, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a chilly one. The wind. You look at the bench and you just hope those players are all rugged up. Couple of extra layers. Just in front of the halfway line here. That's a beautiful flick on. Alamein with the ball now.
Whereas Craigieburn City, they've got the bye, while the entire Northwest State League, they've got the bye week.
Yes.
Similar to local footy, but they're back here on this park. Middle of June, they take on North Geelong and their women's team. So it should be a cracking game between Craigieburn City and North Geelong Warriors. Because a very proud Croatian club is North Geelong.
Yeah. That should be a good contest. That game's on June 14th. Craigieburn hosting North Geelong. Here they are now. Laurie trying to get past, but Richards does a fantastic job. Hosking now to take the throw-in. Nice work there. Good block defensively.
I'm enjoying the leadership by Annabelle Hosking too. She's calling players' names out to sort of try and get them a bit more involved in this game.
Yeah, communication's key, and that's something that sometimes it takes a bit of time to build up, that sort of skill, and yeah, it's handy to have in the team, especially when you're coming up against a team like Alamein. You're really going to be on, and all the little small bits matter. And see a long ball here. That one's a little bit central, and Campbell will collect this one wearing an orange kit, if my eyes serve me right. It's a little flick on there. It doesn't work out. It's Campbell. Bean now with the ball. The bean machine, they call her sometimes.
Don't mind that.
This is something I picked up in the Alamein socials. And Aleakopoulos passing it alongside her other central defender. And it'll be another short pass.
Because John Kyrgios conserving a bit of energy with some of the star players who are sitting on the bench.
Koshimi manages to get the ball on her side. Here's Laurie now. But there's Hosking, who you just spoke about before, Tomo. Does very well defensively. It's Alex, our linesman, doing a great job. We've got the communication devices. The referees, so
You're going to give you a nice wife smile as well when you mention him.
always good when you know the linesmen's names. Alex, he's been around for a long time, very experienced.
because, as I mentioned, John Kyrgios sort of resting some of the star players. Vice-captain Emma Runnels on the bench. Zoe Houghton's on the bench. Ella Kerrigan's on the bench. Some Lasky's on the bench today too. So just trying to conserve the energy, knowing that they've got a big game in a couple of days' time against Melbourne City.
Yeah, absolutely. And Melbourne City, they're a little bit lower down the table in that NPLW competition. So it's a big game for them. They'll be wanting to pick up the 3 points, and they're 6th on the table in the league, Alamein. So
they're only 2 games from top as well. Like, it's only 9 points between where Alamein are and sort of the top 2 teams. So it's a very close-knit competition this season in the NPLW, which is good to see.
Yeah, it is. And Bulleen were on top, and Essendon Royals got a win, and they jumped to top after that result. So yeah, these games are all important, and when the ladder's so tight, you can jump from 5th to potentially 3rd, and it makes a huge difference. This ball's turned over. Craigieburn City going to press forward. Laurie trying to apply pressure. They stand up very well there. It's Fresnetta, the number 15, who was a part of that nice piece of play. And now they're out on the far side. Ball with Diaz. Diaz gets it back. Good build up on her left foot. And forces a save there from Bean. And that was a promising bit of play.
Was indeed Craigieburn City's first real look and first real chance for Kate Bean behind the sticks tonight for Alamein, but Craigieburn City able to apply a bit of pressure. That was good endeavour there from the State League side. They can hopefully build a bit more confidence after that piece of play.
So throw in now for Alamein. Alamein, they defeated WPL side Bundoora United 3-0 at Hillsview Recreation Reserve in round 4 of the Nike FC Cup to progress to this game. That game was back on Wednesday, May 13. And at the moment, it looks like they're tracking to take another step in this fantastic Nike FC Cup competition. I was looking at the past champions of this competition, and Calder United are stacked everywhere. They've won about the last 6 or 7, and but they didn't win the last one. So it was Calder United who really dominated the competition in the last decade. In saying that, though, Alamein's junior Nike FC, they were the junior Nike FC Cup winners last year, Alamein. So they won it in the junior division, which was a good achievement for the club. Bouncing ball. The 2 attackers just streamed past her, and she just stood there, Shadara, and it was almost like watching Scott Pendlebury, a different sport, but it was good defensive work there from the Alamein defender.
It's going to be Alamein throw in here. They're not going to take too long to bring that ball back in. And Alamein is going to pass it back and keep possession. They're losing out through Craigieburn City, but they'll be able to retain possession here through Leokopoulos, who's been very strong down back so far tonight for Alamein. Here's Matilda Lowry. Oh, he's got 2 to deal with. Trying to use the silky footwork to advantage. Failed there. Hosking did well. Ralph did just as good, but Alamein, we're going to try and keep possession, and they've lost it. And a bit of a missed kick there by Craigieburn City. Sees Alamein retain possession again through Harriet Lowry. So they're going to switch their play here. Alamein through Leokopoulos to Shadara. This is where Alamein just going to be a bit patient with this possession. Craigieburn putting a lot of pressure on them through midfield. Now a chance on this right-hand side. Ball will go out to touch. It'll stay with Alamein, no. Throw in. Far right-hand side. So throw in is good for Ralph. And Alamein just going to try and switch again as Craigieburn starting to put a bit of pressure through the midfield and defensive too, which is good to see. So the small endeavours there again for Craigieburn C, which they'll be very happy with. But can they hold off this attack here by Alamein? That ball is going to potentially head over the byline. It's not. And it's going to be Monique Campbell to keep that ball in. So still 2-0 here in favour of Alamein. So we tick into just over halfway through this first half, Hatsy.
Craigieburn looking to try and get one back here. Certainly make things interesting. Oh, here's a oh, wow, the foul's called. Tell you what, if there wasn't a whistle there, they would have been on. But it was a foul, and as much as all the home fans here wanted that to continue, it was the right call there from referee Angelique Manjon.
They did get a bit excited, the Craigieburn City faithful, didn't they, a little bit?
Oh, yeah. That's the sort of thing that they need right now, just those little small moments just to spark them up a bit. Well, here come Alamein.
You can have those 1%ers off those little sparks that can fire a team up. Like, it'll give Craigieburn City an opportune time to try and at least score one goal, which they'll hopefully want to try and get before half-time. That'll be probably the goal now for them, is to at least peg one back before half-time, or in turn try and stop Alamein from scoring in their third of the first half.
Yeah, and they had a nice moment just before, putting up a decent shot, so
Don't go quiet here, come on.
That was a promising little moment, and it was Diaz who helped set that up, and she's one of their key players, the number 10. So get her going and perhaps create something special. Nice composure there from Laurie, just waited and assessed her options perfectly.
Again, the voice from Leah Coppolis has been really good down back. She's been really the general down back for Alamein tonight, telling the girls to not switch off, even though they're 2-0 up.
Bouncing ball towards the middle. A long-range shot. It flies to the side, and that attempt from Tom's wedge just missing. She scored on Saturday to make it 3-0 in the 95th minute. That was in Alamein's 3-0 win over Keilor Park. It was two late goals that made it 3-0, so for most of that game against Keilor Park, Alamein were fighting and working pretty hard to try and stay in front. Here they are now on the far side, trying to work it through.
Wind's picked up a bit too, Hatsy.
Oh, it has. That's a nice pass. Laurie, Harriet Laurie. There's two Lauries in the team. Good pass, finds an option. Good defensive work so far. Here's Kwashimi, passes it off, and it'll be Campbell to do the goalkeeping work.
Ball was a bit Hayward there too, but I was expecting Craigieburn C to potentially try and just clear that ball out of the danger zone, out of that 18-yard box.
You spoke about first halves before, Tomo, and Craigieburn City, they beat Sydenham Park 4-0 on Sunday, and they scored four goals in the first half. So it was a good first half for them in that game. So perhaps that might just increase the confidence in them scoring in this first half here. Ball goes out to the far side. It's worked in to Mita. Harriet does well. From one lorry to the other. Intercepted there by Hosking. Another intercept from Leah Coppolis. Priya now. Didn't want to go down the line, worked it back. And they'll just have a little breather here, Alamein, for the time being.
The intensity's lifted a little bit the last couple of minutes for Craigieburn City. Really, again, putting a lot of pressure on Alamein and really making Alamein work for it too, which you don't see often. Alamein getting outworked by a team like Craigieburn City, but credit to Craigieburn City, they've really come for a bit of a fight, especially in this last 5 minutes, Maxi.
Yeah, they have. Trying to get one back here.
And you mentioned Alamein too, where they are right now in 6th position on the ladder in the NPLW competition. In particular for them, it's really important that they use this game in particular as a bit of a stepping stone to what they can do, because we're over the halfway mark of the season now in the NPLW competition, and Alamein do want to try and fight tooth and nail for at least a top 4 finish to try and qualify for finals at least for them, which will be good for the club, because as I said, the last 2 or 3 years watching them playing, calling a handful of their games, I've seen this club build and build and build year in, year out, but this is probably a really good time for them this season to really show what they're made of and potentially take that next step as a club.
Yeah, you're spot on, Tomo, and after building those foundations, they'll be hoping for some good success. Great work there from Campbell, read it beautifully and did well to come out of goals there and sweep up the football.
Especially because Alamein's a very proud and very good women's program and has been for a very long time.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a great program going on. They're a well-run club out there at Dorothy Laver West Reserve. A lovely little ground tucked in the east of Melbourne. Oh, there was a miscommunication.
And I mentioned Maxi about the win, whether it was going to play a little bit of havoc in this game, and there's the first glimpse of it too, and the win's only getting stronger and stronger as this game wears on.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be a pivotal factor, especially in the last sort of at least 10 or so minutes of this first half, and then the other 45 plus stoppage time we've got. So you try to get ahead of yourself there, Maxi, and not to be on that occasion.
Oh, I didn't want to go for it, or else I would have dragged the camera and everything with me. I am all attached up here. Ball's cleared out again. So Faulkner, they're in the same competition as them in the State League Northwest 1 competition. So it was a good 4-2 win. City jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the opening 15 minutes of that game, and then they went goal for a little bit, but it was a good win. Here's Leokopoulos working it out. Shadara, I should say. Things just almost opening up there for a second. John Kyrgios will be pretty happy with his start for the visitors. Tough road trip. Not long now till half time. See that ball go out. It's a good throw in. Kushimi. Leokopoulos, a bit of pressure from behind, works it out to the left. Laurie works it back. Leokopoulos elects to go along the turf. Free kick going the way of City.
And I can quickly give you some scores from the other Nike Cup games that are happening right now as we speak. So Preston Lions and Clifton Hill, they're currently at 1-1. Heidelberg United are 3-1 up against Caroline Springs George Cross, and 10 minutes into the game between Eltham Redbacks and Essendon Royals, it's currently 0-0 out at Eltham.
Here we go. Oh, this is a bouncing ball. Could this be a moment here? It is! A sensational finish! And they're back in this one. Craigieburn City. You couldn't shut it up for too long. Here they are.
Beautifully done there by Craigieburn City, getting their first goal of this game. And I did mention to you, Maxie, that it's probably the one KPI that they probably wanted to do after going 2-0 down very early in the piece against Alamein. They wanted to try and peg one back before half-time, and there's that goal that will give them a lot of confidence now. And the cup set is still on the cards, but can Craigieburn City now keep the momentum going their way?
Yeah, sensational work from Valentina Diaz there. Bit of a goalkeeping mistake from Kate Bean, and it's game on, Tomo. We're in for a cracker. Intensity going up in this game after that. Freshnita. Richards now. Freshnita. Oh, sensational work. That was Sawyer. Here's Richards now. Couple of options in the box. Just goes out though. And it'll be a goal kick.
Just crossed the byline at the very last minute there for Craigieburn City. Unfortunately couldn't keep it in. But now 2-1 down, Craigieburn City. It's a bit more of a game on our hands here at Aston Fields.
Oh, without a doubt. Richards with that pass.
And that's one thing too that Alamein have got to just switch on a little bit too from their point of view, because you don't want to do this here as we see chance now here for Sawa inside the box here for Craigieburn City. They're going to clear it though, Alamein. And this is where Alamein need to switch on a little bit too, because even though you're a couple of divisions above Craigieburn City, these girls have got grit and determination. Also, they're undefeated in their division too for a reason.
Well, that's a great turnover there. It was the goal scorer who opened the scoring tonight. Miller Ralph. I believe she might have been a late inclusion to the squad after a potential injury in the warm-up. I did hear one of the Alamein players mention an injury during the warm-up. Someone was saying an ankle injury. I don't know who was injured or the details surrounding that, but that's what I did hear pre-game.
You've got to keep the ankles nice and warm, especially in brisk winter weather like this.
Absolutely.
If you keep the body warm, the colder it gets, especially if you play at night time.
Although they do play in snow in parts of the world.
They do.
So if you want to get some advice about how to play in cold weather, they'd be some of the best people going around to ask some advice to, as that ball just goes out.
Or night out in the sticks, potentially.
Yeah.
It's another one. Does get cold out in the country of Victoria as well.
Oh, yeah.
Does get very cold. Some temperatures as low as potentially -1, -2, especially in late July, early August, when it really peaks on the cold weather front.
Bouncing ball and picked up there by Bean. Yeah, it does get very cold, and the further away from Melbourne you go, it just feels like it gets even colder. Good that you've got your big freeze beanie on there, mate.
Yep.
Sure that'll be keeping you warm.
Some of the best beanies out there, the big freeze beanies.
They are. I got one from the 10th year of the big freeze. Well, ball thrown in. And it's cleared away from Craigieburn, but Kwashimi's still on it. chipping ball to the top of the box. Does super well there on the body work. But that shot just veering off to the side there from Archidiakon. Promoted to the senior squad from the under-20s in 2025. So good to see her progressing her career.
Now, if you're John Kyrgios, do you press the panic button before half-time, or do you bring some of your star players on, even though you were thinking it might be a bit more of a quieter night in the office past half-time? That's just some of the questions that John Kyrgios will sort of ask himself at half-time with the girls in the rooms.
Well, could this be a moment? Goes through all the players, including the goalkeeper, Monique Campbell. Ball cut back in. Here's Laurie. Works it out to the other Laurie. And good work there from Hosking, and clears it away.
They know each other very well. Harriet and Matilda Laurie. They've played a lot of football together, these two.
Players go down. Ball stays in play. Laurie's going to keep it in. And Hosking does well. And Alex, Lions official, calling that one. Ball thrown in.
Now too, by the way, Maxie.
Not long left at all. Archdeon. They're on there for a bit of nice transition play. Ball booted long and straight down the line. Under a bit of pressure here is Shidara, and it gets out. Craigieburn City. It's Leokopoulos shepherding that one out, and it's going to be a goal kick for Alamein.
If I'm Craigieburn City, I'd be very happy to take a 2-1 deficit into the rooms at half-time, because it gives that instilled belief that they can still win this one.
Oh, yeah, 100%, and it's game on here. They're well and truly in it. When they were 2-0 down, it just felt like there wasn't much in the game, but right now it's completely flipped on its head. So.
And the one thing, too, with Alamein, like, they'll be disappointed that they've really sort of taken their foot off the gas, especially in this second part of the first half. But the last thing you want if you're Craigieburn City is to give up red time goals.
Laurie passes it out to the other Laurie. Laurie on her right boot. That's a cracker. Out of the top shelf, Matilda Laurie. And they get the 3-1 lead just before half-time here.
You couldn't have scripted that any better there for Matilda Laurie. That was a great lob over the top of, unfortunately, there for Monique Campbell. There was nothing she could do in that situation. And as I mentioned, the one thing you didn't want to do if you're Craigieburn City was give up red time goals. And it's a bit flattening after what's been a superb 15-minute period from the home side. But Alamein able to get out to a 2-goal lead again just on the precipice of half-time.
That was a classy finish. And we were just speaking about how City would have been happy to go in with a 2-1 deficit. Well, they'll just be disappointed to concede there, because they were looking like an energised team, and all of a sudden some of that energy gets zapped out of them because of that goal they've conceded there. It was a beautiful finish from Matilda Laurie. And that'll be half-time. So Alamein take a 3-1 lead at the break here. It was Miller Ralph opening the scoring, and it ended with a goal from Matilda Laurie. Tomo, what did you make of that first half?
Really solid first half. Great first 20 minutes from Alamein. I thought Craigieburn were probably the better beneficiaries, especially working very hard to get their first goal of the game with about 5 or so minutes before half-time, but it's just disappointing that they let one slip at the last 60 seconds or so. Matilda Laurie was able to cut through easily with 2 or 3 defenders and able to get that third goal for Alamein. So flattening end to what was a solid contribution half there from Craigieburn City, but Alamein be very happy to take that 3-1 lead into the rooms at half-time. But Craigieburn City, they'll give themselves a bit of confidence going into this one, and they'll be better for the run. They've got 45 minutes left to see what they can conjure up, and one team's going through to the next stage of the Nike Cup, and one team's going home tonight, unfortunately, Maxi.
Well, it's Michael Thompson there, and Max Atogli with you as well here in commentary. We're going to take a little break, and we'll see you in just a couple of minutes' time. We're in for a cracking second half, so be sure to come back and tune in. See you soon.
Hey, Thanasi, you cold though?
Yes.
Back in action here at Ashton Fields in Craigieburn, and I'll tell you what, Tomo, since kickoff, it's dropped a few temperatures. It's gone right down, hasn't it?
It has indeed, and spoken to a couple of the linesmen. Shout out to Alex, shout out to Thanasi, doing a fantastic job on the sideline this evening for this game. I don't envy those boys at all. They are rugged up, well, they're not rugged up, but they will be rugged up come full time. They are cold. I can tell you that the linesmen are cold pitch side, but they're doing a fantastic job, and they have all game so far. So they're hoping to get through the next 45 or so minutes, and no doubt they'll be putting the layers back on and jumping into their warm cars for the commute back to their homes, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, before that, we've got a game on our hands, and here comes Sato working through the middle. Kwasimi is the option. Finds her, but that might just go out. It does. So Thanasi, the linesman there, puts the flag up.
As I mentioned too with Alamein, the one thing they probably don't want to do is take the foot off the gas a little bit too, because we saw what Craigieburn were able to conjure up, especially in that back half, that 10 to 15 minute period. They did a fantastic job, and yeah, it's something in particular that they don't want to do in the second half. They really want to try and put Craigieburn City to the sword. But then Craigieburn City, you look at how much they were fighting tooth and nail, especially in the back end of that first half. They were fantastic from, I thought, for a real good 15 to 20 minute period, minus that late strike from Harriet Larry, which unfortunately stopped that momentum there. As ball goes straight into the breadbasket here for Nick Edwards, who's had her hands full so far tonight with Alamain's attack. But you look at Alamein and Craigieburn City, like Craigieburn City, you can't fault their endeavour, you can't fault their efforts, especially in this game, especially against a team like Alamein. And as we spoke about off air at half time, actually, you know, Alamein, they've got a game coming up in 3 days against Melbourne City this weekend, whereas Craigieburn City have the luxury of the week off. So I was saying to you, and you know, my coach said, and my captain said to me when I played footy on Saturday, you know, just leave it all out there too, because you got a bit of a respite, you got a bit of a break, so you might as well go all guns blazing, especially for these girls in the last 45 or so minutes of this game, because after this game you've got 10 days off, so no doubt they'll have a few days off training. They'll probably get back to train, maybe they might train maybe over the weekend if they're lucky, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday, and then sort of go back to normal transmission come early next week. But they'll get that extra couple of days off though to just relax and recuperate any niggling injuries or any bruises from this game in particular. So like for Craigieburn City, I just want to see him leave it all out there for the last 40 minutes of this game, which would be really good to see, and just put a lot of endeavour and maybe even grab a cheeky goal or two to really make things interesting.
Certainly. Well, so far it's been... It doesn't feel like Alamein should be up 3-1. Perhaps if there are half goals, that's a little tough one to take there. But yeah, it just feels like Craigieburn City have been in the game, so Alamein certainly have been the better side, but perhaps a chance for them to come back. You wouldn't be silly to make that sort of prediction here. It's a handball shout and it gets given, so chance here for Craigieburn City.
And it was a smart decision too by the official too. Like there was no malice or anything like that with the handball. It was an accidental handball, but again, you just got to call those, and it was called really nicely there. So it gives Craigieburn an opportunity to set up here with the set piece.
So Freshnita to take this. Well, she'll get it now actually, so she will take a little ball forward. Trying to work this one out of defence. Good block there. It opens things up. So Richard. Now it's worked in towards the box. Out on the far side there. Doing well is Laurie. What a run. Keeps going.
Advantage played.
And there's a block there, so they'll get it back here, Craigieburn.
Say Harriet Lowry was the one who went down there originally. Good to see she's back up on her feet though, which is really good, but it was a really tough sliding challenge. A good sliding challenge nonetheless.
Here's Diaz out to the far side. Nice work as well from Sato in the build-up. They get this one from long range. It's on target. Nice shot there, but it isn't to be in the end. But Fresneda there putting in a good shot, the number 15, playing in midfield. They will eventually press here at some stage.
Alamein just playing a little bit of conservative football on this build-up. Now they can try and fire. Chance now for Alamein through this right-hand side. It's with Matilda Lowry. And she gets through the last of the defenders, trying to use her footwork to her advantage. She does. Lowry lobs the ball inside. It's going to go back here for Alamein, and it's got to go over the byline for a goal kick for Craigieburn City. But not a bad little build-up there by Matilda Lowry. She wants to try and score at least a brace, try and add to a late strike that she scored on the brink of half-time for Alamein to make it a 3-1 advantage for the away side. Now it's Craigieburn City trying to go on the counter-attack. Ball's going to head over the sideline, and it's going to be with Alamein. So Alamein lead this one 3-1. Craigieburn City still fighting tooth and nail with the endeavour against this MPLW Victoria outfit this evening. And of course we'll give you some scores across the other 3 games too shortly too, Maxie.
Yeah, 100%. So Craigieburn City, they're third in their competition in the league, playing in the State 1 Northwest competition. 4 wins and 2 draws to start their season. This one falls the way of the visitors. It's not cleared out though. So another opportunity. That one could be offside. Diaz trying to chase it down. Offside flag is up though. Alex calling that one out on the far side, and she probably was just a little bit too far forward there, Diaz, and in an offside position.
And the scores around the grounds, 54 minutes into the game between Caroline Springs George Cross and Heidelberg. Heidelberg up 5-2 against Caroline Springs George Cross. Clifton Hill are 2-1 up against Preston. And a bit of a battle before half-time to Eltham and Essendon. It's still 0-0.
Wow.
So the Redbacks are really pushing the ladder leaders, Essendon Royals, right to the limit in the first half out at Eltham there this evening.
That's
so
impressive.
massive for Eltham Redbacks.
Yeah, huge. It's not easy going out there to Eltham. I drove past their ground the other week and it looked like an absolute pristine venue. This one's worked up the line. Nice goalkeeping work there from Campbell. Booted long. Great touch. Pass through, and it's offside, so Laurie there just caught offside. Pass came from Stamatopoulos, number 22.
I was going to say, that's a big W for Eltham if they can keep Essendon to no goals and have it as 0 at half time,
yeah.
especially in that game, because Essendon, you know, top of the table at the moment in the NPLW competition.
I called their game on the weekend, Essendon Royals, and they're looking like a really good team, so that would be a cup set. This one's worked through. Mia doing superbly. And that one could be in! It just goes past the right-hand side of goal. Thought she was on for 2 goals there for a second, Mia Ralph. Preston's the other game there as well in this competition. The other game's happening tonight.
Yeah, 2-1 down against Clifton Hill at the moment.
Yeah, you know, Preston there. Pretty good side, so good control from Diaz, one of the superstars of Craigieburn City. That's a beautiful touch and a really nice pass in towards the middle. Brilliant from Sato. Just wasn't able to control it there out on the far side. Richards. And now Alamein, a chance for them. Campbell here. Quick roll out. And they're on the front foot straight away here. Brilliant work there from Tamita. Works it back. This is some good play from Craigieburn.
It is indeed.
This might work out. Really good work from Richards, and it'll be a throw-in.
So with Craigieburn City too here, Maxi. As we're about to see potentially our first substitution of tonight. And, well, John Kyrgios, we asked about the question of some of the star players, whether they're going to get a bit of a run tonight, and I think John Kyrgios has seen how threatening Craigieburn City become, and I think the last thing he wants is Craigieburn to peg one back and really make it a contest yet again. So a handful of stars for Alamein have made their way onto the pitch, and we'll get you those names and numbers very, very shortly. I did see Thyssen come on to the park, so that's one of the substitutions in there for Alamein, but we'll get to those very, very shortly. As Alamein now on the run here, they could go for potentially their 4th goal and get a chance. Foul just right on the edge of the box here now for Alamein. Just a little bit of a talking to. This is going to be parked at about 20 yards out from goal. And a chance now for Alamein to potentially get their 4th goal of this game.
Yep, and they did make a couple of changes just a minute or 2 ago, and it was Janatsu Shidara coming off, the number 3, and also Priya Archadiankon. And coming on is Dakota Thyssen and also Alla Kerrigan. So a couple of good changes there. Dak, as they call her.
And it's going to be Leakopoulos to take the set-piece free kick here for Alamein. So she's about 23 or so yards out from goal. And the wall's been set up inside the box here for Craigieburn City. So it'll be Leakopoulos to take this free kick inside, and chance now for Alamein to score their 4th goal. What can Leakopoulos do from the set-piece free kick? Not a bad attempt there from Leakopoulos.
Wow.
Goes over the crossbar in the end. It will be a goal kick, but not a bad attempt nonetheless. As we're about to see a new ball thrown in.
Tell you what, that looked like it was going for the top corner.
It looked like it, didn't it?
Tomo,
Just
thought you were about to go off there for a second on comms.
It's a great set piece there from Leakopoulos. Fortunately not to be in the end there for the stalwart defender for Alamein, and Craigieburn get out of dodge, Maxi.
They do, and seeing how long it lasts, they lose possession. In a tight tussle out there. That's a strong challenge. Player down, both players down.
Might be a booking here too, potentially.
Potentially, it's Strangus with the challenge, the captain of Craigieburn.
I think she's been given a yellow card for her troubles too, Strangus.
Yeah.
So she'll go into the book for that one, the first booking of this game tonight.
It may actually be Richards who put in that challenge and got the yellow card.
Leakopoulos to take the free kick again for Alamein. A bit further out on this occasion.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see something special here. Worked in towards the box. Chipped up. Volley attempt. Ball cleared away. That's a nice pass. Building up slowly here, the team in red. And that'll be a goal kick. So they survive there, Craigieburn City. And it kind of feels like the wind is behind them in this second half. It's sort of going across the ground.
Yep.
But if they can sort of play that territory game, that's sort of how they've been creating their chances, is by getting the ball up the pitch and into a dangerous part, and then from there they can try and work something out and create some sparks. So that one's booted long. And it might end up being a throw-in, it is.
A good contingent of Alamein fans also making the long road trip out here. Just sitting behind the bench for Alamein is the group of fans. So they've also made the long commute out here. Of course, Alamein, probably about 70 minutes, I'd say, from here. Hatsy on
yeah,
60 to 70 minutes. I mean, it took me 75 minutes from, because I also live out east too, so it took me about 75 minutes to get out of here tonight too.
Yeah, well, it's without traffic. With traffic,
yeah,
it's pretty much just double it.
Oh, without traffic, definitely would have been 50 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of peak hour and
I was going to say, we
going with the grain
with
instead of going against it, you know.
Oh, yeah. There was a bit of disappointment there that the ball wasn't called as going out. Now it is.
Of course, got to mention as well before the game, the girls only had a sort of short window to train because it was a bit of junior training tonight for the juniors here at Craigieburn City. You and I both got here about an hour before kickoff, and the juniors, boys and girls, were on the park here just training before sticking around and supporting the girls in this big cup game.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're working this one forward here, Alamein. It's going to go the way of Craigieburn.
And if you just joined us too, Alamein were out to a 2-0 lead within the first 20 minutes of this game. We thought that they were going to put maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 in the back of the net in the first half of the way they were playing. But the grit and determination of Craigieburn was at the forefront the back half of that first half.
Kerrigan just trying to get past there, unable to. Good defending. Out on the far side now. Laurie passes it off. Dangerous ball. Could this be another one? It goes out and it'll be a corner for Alamein. It was Kwasimi there, the number 21, who just almost had an opportunity, but good defending there from Craigieburn, and it's a goal kick. It's a race. Diaz is coming, and she felt that pressure there and wins her team a throw-in. Foda there giving that one away.
Bit of disappointment there from Foda. You could see on her face she wasn't too happy with not being able to control the ball, and said it'll go for touch there, Maxie.
Yeah, well, it was Diaz there who did a nice job just to put some pressure on. Surrender now on the ball. Throwing this one in. She's going to get it back. Works it in first time. Ball headed. Couple of touches. Freshnita. Turned over. Still going there, Freshnita. And it goes out on a chilly night here. Getting down to about 5 degrees. And it feels like -4. 4 working towards the middle.
Frozen hands are a complete understatement right now for you and I. I mean, well, you've got the luxury of fingerless gloves. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I don't.
Just a play down here for Alamein. They are preparing for a few subs, a couple of players getting ready. One of those players is Summer Lasky. So good to see that all players are back up on their feet. It was Thiessen who went down, Dak Thiessen. So good to see her back up, the number 6, the midfielder for Alamein.
It's also good too for Alamein as well because they were able to get a run in a lot of their star players who started on the bench, so at least they get some sort of minutes in this game, but they won't get the full minutes, which is probably good too. So you just got to manage your stars a bit too, especially for the big game on Saturday against Melbourne City. You don't want any injuries to occur in this game because then John Kyrgios is going to have to make some subtle changes into that big game.
Well, speaking of changes, here they come for Alamein. Big game against City coming up this Saturday.
Zoe Houghton also going to come on,
So
alongside Summer Lasky.
Yep. So Lasky and Howden on. And coming off is Erin and Kwasimi. So Satera Kwasimi and Erin Stamatopoulos coming off. And Summer Lasky coming on, and also Zoe Houghton, top goal scorer last season. Zoe Houghton scored 8 in that campaign, so we might see some spark from her. Summer Lasky as well, the American attacker. She's one to keep an eye on. Scored in their last cup game. They're straight into it here. Good control. Gets around one, but it's turned over. Diaz, the dangerous Diaz. Craigieburn X Factor. It's not to be that time. Long ball played up the line, under pressure, stands up well. This is good bit of play here. From long range, deflection. Shot coming in there. And it was a good block in the end.
Was indeed. Craigieburn see about to make a substitution. So it's Neil the Romana going to come on the park for Craigieburn City.
So they're taking their star off. Diaz and Neil the Romana coming on. Romana. Neil the Romana, top 10 goal scorer last season, scored 9 goals. It's top 10 in the league, not in the team. So
Be concerned if it was in the team.
yeah. Oh, well, you never know. Craigieburn City are known for their goal scoring ability. Well, they break open into some space. No goals yet in this second half. It's a good ball and good goalkeeping as well. Monique Campbell. 2 goals the margin here. Still a bit of time for City. It would be a cup set if they were to go on and win this. And they've brought on that firepower now, haven't they, Tomo? Alamein.
They have indeed. So John Kyrgios happy to bring the stars on, just let them roam around for the last 25 to 30 minutes of this game, just to keep the bodies nice and warm, keep that match fitness up, make sure they're conditioned, ready to go for Saturday's big clash against Melbourne City. And as I mentioned, Craigieburn City, they got the week off due to the King's birthday long weekend, so they'll battle North Geelong in over a week's time.
Good clearance away there, and this will be a throw-in.
What should be a great game, though, for Craigieburn City. And, as I said, just try and leave it out now for the last 20-25 minutes and enjoy the few days off over the long weekend and recuperate during that time, rested.
Throwing in towards the box. Lasky works it in. A shot on target, but good save. So brilliant work from Campbell there, stopping Zoe Howden's shot. Zoe Howden, she put in a good attempt, but just the direction perhaps was the issue. Going straight towards Campbell.
She's going to be the threatening cog now for Alamein.
Here's Lasky, that goes out though, and our linesman Thanasi calls it. I had a good chat to Thanasi at half time. Spoke about the conditions, and he had no problem with it. Experienced campaigner, as we see a throw in here. Craigieburn, they're third in the State League 1 Northwest competition. Undefeated in that league, so they've had a good campaign. That's some slick work, and they're coming here through Miller Ralph. It's missing to the right.
Unfortunately for Craigieburn City, this could be the first bonus for them in season 2026 because they've been undefeated, especially not only in their Northwest State League campaign, but also they've been undefeated throughout the course of the Nike Cup up to this point as well.
Certainly. Well, hang on a second. This ball just gets out to the far side. It's the substitute doing a nice job. Couple of options, doesn't pass. Eventually goes for it, but it's blocked, so good defence there. It was Romana who was trying to dribble it forward. And this would be some goal for Alamein. It will go out in the end, and it'll be a corner. It's a good bit of build-up there. Romana had a chance for Craigieburn. In hindsight, she might have just looked to shoot or distribute it earlier. Or perhaps just take it on and really try and dribble past the defence of Alamein rather than sort of holding up play. But you live and you learn. And here's the ball in towards the back post. Header there. Nice header. But it's just going over the bar. It was. Kerrigan there with the header, just going over the bar. Ella Kerrigan. Nice poise in the middle, Freshnita. Gets it back. Into some space. Sato now. Goes centrally, does super well. Oh, I thought it was a free kick, but it's not given.
Good challenge there by Alamein.
Could this be their moment?
Offside.
It's offside.
Thanasi in the right place at the right time on this occasion. Just really quickly around the grounds too. It's game on at Georgie's. Caroline Springs only one goal down now. There's 9 goals scored in that game. Heidelberg 5, Caroline Springs 4.
Wow.
2-1 still in favour of Clifton Hill. And at half-time, Eltham and Essendon. You can't split them. It's 0-0 at half-time.
Eltham and Essendon. There'd be definitely a good crowd in there at Eltham. They have plenty of supporters. They'll be doing everything to cheer their side over the line. And Preston, as you mentioned there, they're down 2-1 against
Clifton Hill.
Clifton Hill.
And the 9-goal game at the moment in at Georgie's between Caroline Springs and Heidelberg.
Couple of thrillers happening. Here's a chance. Could this be their moment? A few touches. Sato on it now. Hasn't got many options. What does she do with it? Stays in. It does stay in. Good defensive work there. It was Sarita.
I'd say Sato did everything right there. Unfortunately, she just got beaten in the end there by the 2-on-1 defence there of Alamein. But Sato, you've got to give her a lot of credit. She did everything right. She kept the ball inside, just not to be, and Alamein now have possession.
Here's Sato again. That's a nice ball played up the line. Surrender now. Sarita gives it to Sato. Sato still going. It's a miracle. Just loses it there in the end.
One there by Tom's wedge. So the two number 12s battling really well, and Alamein's number 12 got the better of Craigieburn City's number 12, as it's a throw in here for Craigieburn City. And chance now here for Fresneda. Craigieburn City are going to win themselves maybe a corner. No, they're not. Kate Bean's going to keep this ball in, as Alamein player is down for the time being, and going to need quick physio just to do a bit of work on the pitch. Couple of players already cramping up, which again, absolutely, I can agree here on this occasion because of the cold weather. I mean, a couple of these players have been out for a long period of time. Being on your feet for 75, 80 minutes, you're eventually going to get the cramps in the legs, especially with the amount of metres you run up and down the pitch.
Well, just looking at Craigieburn here, they've gotten into a tight huddle.
I like this from Craigieburn City. It's really smart.
I'm really liking it.
It's called motivation.
Exactly right, Tomo. They are pumping themselves up. You can hear the passion in that huddle. They're going to come out of this with a bit of energy, I suspect.
I think so. Alamein now doing the exact same thing too. And I think it's Leakopoulos who's actually leading the charge for Alamein in that huddle at the moment, really directing a little bit of traffic. As we're going to get play back underway very, very shortly.
Let's just hope that the play coming off here is okay. Looks to be a little bit sore. It is Amelia Fode who's had to come off with the help of the trainers.
Just ticked into 78 minutes in this game too, Max. So we've got 12 minutes of normal time, and we might have maybe 3 or so minutes of stoppage time, I'd say. Towards back in this one. So unfortunately for Craigieburn City, time's now of the essence. Time's a friend of Alamein. Not so much for Craigieburn City. As Alamein deciding they might actually make a change. They might have to make a change here, because looking to the left-hand side at the moment.
It does look like a bit of a left leg injury for Fode. So
she's in a bit of discomfort. So Alamein, believe, are playing with just the 10 girls on the pitch at the moment. They are, so
you will see someone sprinting out of the Alamein dressing room shortly.
Yep.
I believe someone may have forgotten shin pads or something like that, potentially. I did see someone sprint into the Alamein change rooms, so potentially they're just holding that sub off until they sort things out.
But Craigieburn City have got the extra advantage at the moment, but it might not deter Alamein the slightest. Chance down for them here on the right-hand side. They've got 2 to deal with. And right now this is Harriet Lowry who hits the deck, and it's another free kick here for Alamein. So Alamein got 10 on the pitch at the moment, and I think we're about to see a substitution here now, Hatsy. So,
Well, we are, and yeah, I believe there was a playing jersey that was forgotten, and it's getting put on right now. So, I believe it's Emma Runnels who's going to join play, and the substitute will be made shortly.
so we Leokopoulos now with a set-piece free kick here for Alamein. Puts this one up, headed here, chance, and that ball goes over the byline. Good attempt in the end there by Ella Kerrigan, not to be. She couldn't get her head on that one. I think she might have got more shoulder than head. Nonetheless, it goes over the byline. It's a goal kick for Craigieburn City, who can sort of move as quickly as possible here, and they do so through Sado. And she's been dispossessed, though, by Zoe Howden. So Howden through midfields. This is where they're going to start to get into the work on this possession here. Possession staying here with Alamein. On the run now here for the away side. The chance here now to potentially put a fourth goal in, and stopped again nicely there by Monique Campbell.
There was some slick ball movement there. They moved that with absolute pace. Very good passage of play. Impressive football. And we spoke about at the start of the game, Tomo, how the NPL top flight competition has expanded and invited more teams in this season. Well, you just see the standard of football that's being played. It's really exciting, and you look at the Matildas and the success with them.
Yeah.
The future's bright, and you can just see the players underneath are really helping to enhance the game of football here in Victoria and also across the country.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the Young Matildas program too. A lot of young girls get the opportunity to partake in the Young Matildas program, but also there's a lot of girls in the NPLW in particular who are playing A-League football in the summer, and they get the opportunity to play in a professional club environment in the summer. So they learn a lot from that. I know I called a lot of those games last season, in particular, where there's a couple of players from Essendon Royals, Box Hill United, who ended up winning the title last year. They had, I think, up to 3 A-League players in their squad last season. So it's good to have those professionalism, particularly with the A-League girls playing a bit of NPL football in the winter, because they bring a lot of that wealth and experience from the top tier of women's football in this country back down to the local leagues, and it gives the younger girls too something to aspire to be like, going, I want to be representing Melbourne Victory, Melbourne City, maybe, you know, get an interstate contract with the likes of Sydney FC or a Perth Glory or Brisbane Roar or Wellington Phoenix or Canberra United in the future.
Absolutely. Well, let's just hope Canberra United players are able to get a contract with them in the future.
Hopefully Canberra United stay in the A-League, because it would be a massive loss for football in Australia to lose Canberra United, because they've built up that academy so well over the last decade or so, and of course led by one of the legends of Australian football, Michelle Heyman, who's been there for a very long time, and she's been a stalwart at Canberra United. I mean, we saw what Wellington were able to do this season, you know, ultimately finishing runner-up to Melbourne City in the end there, which is unfortunate for Wellington.
We'll just keep an eye on this play. It's in towards the near post and forces Kate Bean into a decent save there, the Bean machine.
But it really gave New Zealand football a massive uptick on the women's side too, seeing Wellington, of course, Auckland, not in the women's league just yet, but it was good for Wellington to have one of the best coaches. I'll hold that thought. No, I'll continue that thought, because the ball's been, or Craigieburn said, I should say, are offside. But having someone like Bev Priestman in charge of Wellington, who, you know, won gold for Canada in the 2021 Olympic Games in the women's football, and having her there, and Wellington really going to the world with their signings, and, you know, Brooke Nunn, who was an absolute star for the Central Coast Mariners last year when they won the championship against Melbourne Victory. You know, she was a marquee signing for the Phoenix this past summer, and almost tried to make it 2 from 2 titles-wise, but with 2 different clubs.
Well, here they are now, Alamein, charging forward. Couple of players. Oh, it almost breaks open there for the visitors. Yet to see a goal here in this second half. Three 3-1 the scoreline. Time ticking here, not long to go at all.
'84th minute now.
It's a nice little layoff pass. Good passing from Alamein. Here we go! Miller Ralph gets her second of the game! And Alamein are going to the next round of the Nike FC Cup. It's been their night tonight, and that just summed things up. A beautiful finish.
Easy goal there for Ralph. Good build up there again for Alamein, and credit to them. They've now officially locked themselves in to the next stages of the Nike Cup tournament, and gives them a lot of momentum heading now into Saturday's game against Melbourne City. Craigieburn City, they put up a massive fight, and they can't be discouraged for the way they played tonight. So, but well done to Alamein. This is just a professional performance from a professional outfit who want to sort of go one better and really sort of stamp their authority in not only the NPLW competition but also in the Cup tournament as well.
Without a doubt. And it's important that you do well in the Cup. It just helps spark every team's season. The ball's got a bit of backspin on it, and it spins back for Sarita.
Especially for Alamein now, because this is their second game in as many days. They'll be playing 3 games in 7 days, Maxi.
Sarita passes this one inboard, but it just goes out 7 days in 3 days, Tomo, for Alamein.
Yes, 3 games in 7 days.
It's a lot. It's a big schedule.
Like, you factor in the regular season games, and then you've got those midweek games that also take precedence too, as we see Summer Lasky. And that ball's been cleared away by Craigieburn City. But it just really shows the conditioning and well-conditioned that this team is under John Kyrgios.
Flag goes up, it will be offside.
They've been able to handle the rigours of 3 games in a week, and still be able to go out there last week and put on a really good performance against Keilor Park, and then really back it up tonight. They put 4 goals behind for Keilor Park last Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
They've now put another 4 goals, this time at the hands of Craigieburn City, and that's 8 goals so far in their 2 games, and then who knows what they bring to the table come Saturday against Melbourne City, whether they can add to the goals or whether Melbourne City can sort of enjoy the fact is they've been able to get a little bit of a break and watch Alamein sort of try and tire themselves out too. So now it's a matter of conditioning for these girls coming up for the game that's going to come up on Saturday for Alamein against Melbourne City. Like, how do they prepare? How do they condition the body? How do they recuperate after? Even though they've won this one quite comfortably, it's been a long slog because Craigieburn City have done a really good job in challenging them at the best of times tonight. So there's a lot of burning questions that Alamein have got to answer or look at doing with their conditioning program, and no doubt they've got some of the best strength and conditioning coaches on their books, Alamein. So
wow,
that was actually bad.
Goes on a glory run there.
But it's good for Alamein though, because it just gives them that momentum now going into this game against Saturday, because they know they're 6th on the table. There's still 2 games from the top 2 anyway, and put a bit of pressure on as shot off there by Summer Lasky, was blocked nicely there by Monique Campbell. But it just shows how far Alamein have really come in their program over the last couple of years, as I mentioned earlier in the coverage. And this win solidifies that it's gone into a real positive direction for Alamein.
No, it is, and you mentioned how tight it is at the top of that table, so if they win against City on the weekend, they could potentially jump a few spots, and it'll help them. And this win here on a cold Wednesday night is certainly going to just help spark them as well. They'll wake up tomorrow morning, the Alamein players, and they'll be pretty pleased to coming out here and getting the job done. 4-1 the scoreline, and we're not far away from full time. It's been a pretty impressive night here for John Kyrgios's players.
Got one more minute of normal time, so we're only a few minutes away from the conclusion of this game. And fortunately for Craigieburn, this will be their first loss of the season. In all forms of competition, undefeated in the Nike Cup until tonight, and still undefeated in their state league season. They'll go away now. They've got a week off, as I mentioned, so they'll enjoy the extra couple days rest, and then they'll head back into training early next week and prepare for what's going to be a great clash against North Geelong, which will really test Craigieburns' resilience, I'd say, this time next Saturday when they come back here, and I think they're playing at home too, so they'll get a big crowd out nonetheless, I believe, for that one.
Yeah, it's taking on North Geelong on Sunday, June 14. They'll get the Sunday off this week.
That's good though. You get 9 to 10 days off between games, so it gives them an extra respite. But again, match fitness will be a key question.
That's a beautiful little piece of play there, and they're building something here. Good save. Ball continues to stay alive. But that's the full-time whistle, and Alamein come away 4-1 victors here at Ashton Fields. It's a great win for the team in red. They progress through, and they'll go to the next stage of this Nike FC Cup. And for Craigieburn, their campaign comes to an end as their attention now turns to the league season. But a superb win here for Alamein, Tomo.
They did indeed. Well done at Alamein, and again, credit to Craigieburn City. They put up one hell of a fight against a well-professional outfit, but this is a big win for Alamein and exactly the trajectory they need for the upcoming season. Craigieburn City, as we mentioned, they'll have their heads down for this game, but nonetheless, they'll be proud of how far they've come in cup competition, and they'll look towards North Geelong Sunday week.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Craigieburn, they finished 6th in State League 1 last season. They're sitting 3rd in that competition at the moment, so they're travelling along nicely, and they've had a good run here to get this far. And for them to score a goal tonight was a positive after Alamein jumped out to a 2-0 lead. But in the end, it was Alamein who come away 4-1 victors, and Coach John Kyrgios will be pleased with that result. And the NPLW side, their campaign in the Nike FC Cup continues. Well, Tomo, thanks for your company tonight. Pleasure calling with you.
Been good. First game for me in 2026, and
done well.
Done very well.
It's good to have you back.
Good to be back, calling a bit of cup football, and won't be the last time I'll be calling football this season, so keep your eyes peeled on this one too. And make sure as well, I think the other 2 games are going to conclude, so if you are right now at home, which most of you are right now, will be nice and warm, head over to Eltham and Essendon, because that's going to be a classic game to watch, especially in this last half an hour. Yeah,
tune into those ones. Well, thanks very much, everyone, for your company tonight here on Football Victoria YouTube channel. Hope you've enjoyed this game. And Alamein right now, they are in a huddle in the middle of the pitch, celebrating this one, because they've come away 4-1 victors. Splitter worked all right. Good.